game 18 of 24 here on day one here at the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series in Singapore. Kyle Brown to the right, Andrew Amonde to the left for the two teams here in this Pool C matchup. Kenya, the first game, beat Russia 21-7, then had a draw with Scotland, so you could say they're unbeaten, the Kenyan team. And then South Africa, also unbeaten, beat Scotland 33-0 and beat Russia 21-10. I'm Keith Quinn, and with me, Carl Tanana. Carl.
Thanks, Keith. I'm sure South Africa, they'll go back to what works for them best, and that's usually their suffocating defence. But to be fair, if Kenya can shrug off a couple of those tackles, they've got the speed to match it with their rivals, so really interested in this matchup.
Our referee is all the way from Dollar and Edinburgh in Scotland, Mike Adamson, and a former player on the tour. He can remember playing here in the tournament of 2006, and so he's one of the veterans of that time. Did you play here in those years it was here, Carl, when the Sevens came here?
No, I finished just a little bit before in Kuala Lumpur. Would have loved to come to Singapore. It's been a great host so far, Keith. It's great to be back.
Fantastic to be back here, one of the most prosperous countries in the world. Singapore, of course, a country of vibrant nightlife and familiar places like Chinatown and Little India and the Orchard Road shopping area and the Boogie Street, Marina Bay, the gardens down there, just amazing. And the triple-headed, I think that's a good way to describe it, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. And Changi Airport, which brings in millions and deposits them here every year. Singapore, where the Sevens has returned after 10 years. And this is South Africa playing Kenya. And there are some tough guys in this South Africa forward pack. Tim Magaba, Kwaka Smith and Kyle Brown. And one guy who's impressed us has been Tim Magaba. You'll see him number 3. And there he is, tall and rangy is the rugby term we have used for guys with that kind of build. He's impressive. Colin Jinjira is the big try scorer over the years, and there's his brother, Humphrey Kaiangi, and he's holding up his hand. Do you think he's trying to say that the sun got in his eye? There's no sun in here, is there?
Oh, no, he's just apologising. He knew he should have caught that ball. That's the problem there. They worked so hard initially. It was a minute and a half, Keith, to hold possession, but they finally relent, and the defence of South Africa making a turnover. But you can see what Kenya are trying to do, just starve South Africa off possession.
So Humphrey Kaiangi is the very tall man in front row for Kenya on the right. Andrew Amonde and William Baka. Number 4 for South Africa, Kwaka Smith. 6 in the middle. Snowy-headed is Kyle Brown, and then the aforementioned Tim Agaba.
Fine. Set.
And Justin Gedelt has the free kick. He has to take it from the mark and then spins it wide, and here they come, the brilliant South African backs, and there's Agaba himself, but not a good connection to Ruan Nel, and a chance for Kenya to run it deep from inside their red zone. Oscar Ayodi, Collins Injera snatching at the ball, referee playing advantage. Agaba to the 22-metre line, cleared away by Sinatla, Siabalo Sinatla. But the call is for a forward pass in the South African back play.
As you'd expect, very tight contest. PSC South Africa, the left to right passes, going a little bit forward. Mike Adamson right in line with their pass. It's hard to say on this angle, but the right call. I was about to say, Keith, these teams know each other so well, hence why it's so close so far.
Wait for the ball. Here we go.
Yes, indeed, and there is a number 11, Collins Injera. Choo-choo was one of his nicknames. He was racing away to score this incredible tally of tries. 223 tries he scored, number 11. And he's closing in on that record for the whole series of Santiago Gomez Cora. It sits at 230. It wasn't beyond the realms of possibility that he'd passed that at this tournament. But some tough matches here. There he is, the great Collins Injera from the Mwamba Rugby Football Club in Kenya. And there's his total and how it sits on the all-time list.
Great list to be a part of anytime with that echelon of Ben Collins and Dan Norton up there now as well.
So it's brother to brother. There was a third brother too that played in the Kenyan Sevens team. Advantage for South Africa. Nice run here by Cecil Africa. Justin Hiddelt. Oh, caught by the coattails, but got his pass away. And Siabalo Sinatla, no one catches his coattails. He's away.
Another one, he just continues to be a weapon. Siabalo Sinatla. But like this combination, Cecil Africa and Hidol, look at them there. They just supplement each other so well. Hidol could hear the footsteps coming, but Siabalo Sinatla, easiest try he'll score today.
So it's 7-0. He's not quite the leading try scorer yet, Siabalo Sinatla, because the leaders are all together on 3, quite a number of them, including Sean White from South Africa, who got his in one game. And that's a good leap by Samuel Oliech. Koyangi, one of the what was called International Rugby Board's ambassadors for fair play in the sport, and also helped them enormously in getting the bid organised to get rugby sevens into the Olympic Games. As Sinatla goes again, getting across, and a good grab tackle on him was Oscar Ayode. And there was not a good grab tackle on Hiddelt there. Agaba is close to the line.
Just so quick on the ball. Both teams at the moment. Kwagga Smith doing excellent work for South Africa. On that occasion, Collins Injera so strong. Look at this there, one-on-one. It was outstanding from Oscar Ayode for Kenya. But look at them, make it so uncomfortable, that ruck area. The Kenyans are lucky to get away with it here, though. The scramble, and then another good piece of play. Ayu down below, Injera over the top, turnover.
Guy, just get this timing right. Wait for the ball, get the timing right.
So slow to the line out, the Kenyans. It's 7-0 to South Africa. Good crowd. You see them in the background. Been a lovely day today. We've got a few games to go, of course, but I'd say, Carl, we've had about just a little bit more than 15,000 here today. I'm sure the local administrators and World Rugby will be thrilled with the mood and the size of the crowd here on day one. Nelson Oyu, Koyangi, Injera, Agaba number 3, 60 metres out. Still they run it hard, Kenya. That's Amanda, the captain, driven back. And there is the decision made by Collins Injera to end the half, take the respite of the 2 minutes break at the end of the half, in which just a one try score with a conversion, 7-0.
South Africa hardly had any possession and made a lot of tackles in that first 7 minutes. It's interesting to notice that in the last couple of tournaments, the Kenyan team have try to use their size and go down the middle of the park and play it slow. They did it last week in Hong Kong as well. They've used it again to great effect. They only find themselves 7 points down, and we know that it only takes one missed tackle for these guys to score.
Second half about to begin here. It's Samuel Oliech to restart. We've just had a note handed to us that the attendance today is not 16,000, as I had a guesstimate. It's past 20,000 here an hour ago. So this is fantastic news for the organisers and the optimism of the tournament being here. It's down to be here, I understand, for 5 years. And so what a good start for Singapore, and the confidence they'll gain from the excellent staging today. And tomorrow it's going to get even better.
Good start for South Africa too, Keith, to the second half. Nice hit by Kyle Brown. You can't underestimate the work that he does. He's not a flashy player, but he does all the hard graft in the middle of the park. All the dirty stuff that none of us backs like to do.
There's Justin Hiddle, a very useful player. And there's the equation. The winner will finish top of the pool, and a draw puts both teams into the Cup Series. And that would mean that Russia and Scotland would miss out from the pool. So lots to play for here. It's always nice to finish top of the pool. And there's the Quagga Smith, Brown. Oh, the right line was being run by Ruan now, but he's lost it. Here's a chance for Kenya. It came from the two brothers, and they've done it again, but just forward. Well, that might not have been called forward in the backyard.
It was the right idea, just unfortunate execution not there. Went in between two defenders, and he was away too, Collins and Gerard. Nice attempted pass by Lugonzo, who's on the field. But they have to take those opportunities, Kenya. See that ball given away more than double. You can't do that, Keith, against a class outfit, because the South African team will sting, especially from situations like this set piece with the whole right-hand side and a guy called Sinatla on the end of the chain.
South Africa are third in the HSBC 7 series. After Hong Kong, they dropped one position there when they finished in third place there. Here comes Agaba. They won their home event in Cape Town this season. They were the finalists in Wellington, and they were third in Las Vegas.
No Kyle Brown down too. I hope he's all right. He's had his fair share of issues with injuries. This will be a huge one for South Africa if he can't go. Chris Dry sitting on the wing, so handy replacement, but Kyle Brown so integral. There he is there. They built him tough too, Kyle Brown.
Guys, you've got the option of just coming the line.
I tell you what, he does not want to come off. He was injured at Vancouver so severely with a chest issue that they wouldn't permit him to fly. So he stayed there for how he described it, quite a nice stay in Vancouver, very well hosted, and by the local rugby people, and flew home after about a week and a bit. And here he is.
Set.
Kyle Brown, 53 tournaments. Heddled. Africa. There's the gap for Ruan now, taken down though by his opposite number, Oliech. Chance again for South Africa. Taken by the aggressive Smith. Wide out to Brown, and he just took his eyes off the prize.
Oh, he had a little Bo Peep, that's for sure, at the try line. Kyle Brown is set up beautifully. Quagga Smith doesn't give Kenya any time to react. Nice pass by Sinatla. Agava's going, Cap, what are you doing?
Well, it was very nice. It was just dropping into his chest. What do they say? Keep it high, just below the eye. Is the best place to catch a ball in the fast-breaking move. You pass it low, you let it go. And Sinatla. For a guy who looks slimly built, he's pretty aggressive. And now Africa wants to pass it to Nell. There's Nell. Turning back into the traffic. Quagga Smith testing that defence. 5-metre line. Cecil Africa probing for the gap. Watch his reach like. Kenya go over the top and try to blow over.
Just going off their feet, but Jesus is a good scrap here, Keith, these two teams.
It's tough. Kenya are defending for all they're worth. They know that if they can somehow secure the ball and take it up the other end, they could go into a drawn situation. Who's going to take this for South Africa? 240. The Springbok Sevens, on the other hand, the Blitzbokker, they know they want to get past the 7-point cushion. And Kyle Brown's got it now. He sees a gap and puts Agaba into it. Very good defence again by the men in red. Kicked away upfield. That was a fair kick away, says the referee, Mike Adamson. Now, here is opening up space for Sinatla's huge speed. And there's the one in the other corner for South Africa, Seabelo Senatla.
Finally, they get the ball to him in space, but Cecil Africa does all the work. He's under pressure. Watch Amir get this pass from Hadul. Bounces on in outside of the defender coming in. Oscar Ayodi, he misses him. It's an all or nothing read. In the end, he gets nothing.
Lovely kick by Kero, right down the pipe, and there is the try by Seabelo Senatla, and there he is for the try scoring this weekend. Madison Hughes, the great American captain, leading that list there, and here's the man that's equal with him on 4 tries. Okay, Carl, just a couple of minutes to go now, a minute to go. Kenya got to get off that 0, don't they?
Well, they need to take this kick off. They need to basically score straight off and have time to try and get another restart as they make multiple changes, and they need it. They've done a lot of tackling in the last couple of minutes here, Keith, so they need something. They need an injection. They need some points.
So 3 off and 3 on. The substitutes desk being emptied out. Cecil Africa made his beginnings in 2009. Here is Sibaway Sawyers Wapi, number 5. And that's not the help South Africa's cause.
Tackle,
Sorry,
release.
that is helping South Africa's cause to get it off the Kenyans. And now, let's see what they could cook up. Just seconds remaining, though.
I don't seem too much in a hurry here, Keith, so I think they resigned to the fact that maybe they've lost this one. We'll just wind down the clock, and by the time they get to throw it in, there might be 20 seconds left.
So both of these teams finished their day's work here with these last few seconds. South Africa 14-0. They've won all 3 games, and that one has been called not straight.
I don't think it went to 5.
No, it didn't go 5, yeah.
From Collins and Jira there, so another mistake by the Kenyans, and to be fair, that's probably the stat there that's really hindered them in this game. They've given away way too much pill. South Africa have defended stoutly, so have Kenya in parts in the second half, but South Africa have taken their chances, Kenya haven't.
Fine. Set.
It's a beautiful rugby word you used there, Carl. The pill. That's what it is, the little white pill they're throwing around here and kicking to the sideline. And teams squabble over it for the whole of the match and then kick it away to end the game. And in this one, it's a victory for South Africa over Kenya by 14 points to 0.